New York State needs new congressional maps with a lot at stake this November.
Plus, additional days of horse racing this year expected to draw thousands more to Saratoga Springs. How the city is looking to regulate rentals, those short-term stays a huge part of the summer meet experience.
Schools feeling the effects of a nationwide teacher shortage. What's driving the trend in the wrong direction and what could turn it around?
CBS 6 News starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news first tonight at 5. An independent redistricting commission is sending a new congressional district map to state lawmakers to approve.
Yeah, the balance of power in Congress potentially hinges on today's vote at the state capitol in Albany. CBS 6's Tom Eshin joins us live at the Capitol tonight. Tom, what kind of reaction is this new map getting?
Tom, thanks. Taking you out live to the roads, the CBS 6 Mobile Weather Authority, powered by Mohawk Honda, is geared up and ready to show you some snowfall coming our way this evening. Chief Meteorologist Steve LaPointe also standing by with that forecast. Steve.
All right, Amani. Yeah, snow not into the Capitol.
Authorities in Kansas City, Missouri say there is no indication a deadly shooting at last night's Chiefs Super Bowl parade was tied to terrorism.
Instead, saying it was a dispute among several people that ended in gunfire.
I do think that there is a gun violence challenge in this community and many others, and there certainly is a gun violence challenge as it relates to major events. That, however, does not mean that Kansas City will stop having major events. We will do all we can to make sure people are safe.
23 people were shot, at least half of them under the age of 16. A 43-year-old woman killed. 3 people are in custody for questioning. 2 are minors. No charges have been filed so far. This latest act of gun violence once again sparking debate over gun laws. President Joe Biden calling on Congress to ban assault weapons following the Kansas City shooting. There's been a lot of legal back and forth on guns the past few years, brought on in part by New York State's concealed carry law, recently overturned by the Supreme Court.
We're asking you, the viewer, right now, how satisfied are you with our state's gun safety laws? This poll is at CBS6Albany.com.
CBS 6 also asking Capital Region representatives how they're addressing this problem. Albany Democrat Paul Tonko says thoughts and prayers are not and have never been enough, saying we need to enact meaningful gun reform to save lives and prevent any more tragedies from ripping our communities apart.
Now, we also reached out to Elise Stefanik and Mark Molinaro from Congress, but they did not respond to our requests. And again, here, putting the question to you at home, you can head to CBS6Albany.com to weigh in, sharing your thoughts on New York State's gun safety laws. And Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis takes the stand amid accusations that she had an inappropriate relationship with a lead prosecutor in Donald Trump's Georgia election interference case.
A heated day in court in a case that could seriously impact the upcoming election. Here's national correspondent Christine Frizzell.
Fulton County.
Still to come, additional days of horse racing this year expected to draw thousands more to Saratoga Springs.
Yeah, how the Spa City is looking to regulate rentals, those short-term stays, a huge part of the summer meet experience.
Plus, a crisis in the classroom, what's behind the nationwide teacher shortage.
And coming up in sports, a game to remember for one of our local stars, how Boston Spa native Anna Gold rewrote Duke's softball's record books last night.
It's an ongoing crisis in the classroom. Teacher shortages across the country. Statewide, 1 in 3 teachers could retire in the next 3 years.
And fewer college grads are pursuing that career. Mary Keeler with our coverage of the growing crisis.
During the pandemic,
That temperature moderation, 40 Tuesday, maybe 45 coming up on Thursday.
Something to keep an eye on there.
There's always something to keep an eye on.
That's very true.
Yikes, all right.
Steve, thank you. Well, sports is next. Here's a look at what's ahead at 5:30.
Yeah, more and more kids' toys being recalled after serious injury or death. In tonight's Spotlight on America, we take a look into why actions are not taken earlier. General admission tickets for the Belmont Stakes in Saratoga went on sale this morning, and guess what? They're already sold out. The 4-day festival in June will be held this year at the Saratoga Racecourse.
And as the community gears up for thousands of more people, a big question is, where will they stay? Many turn to short-term rentals throughout the city, but as CBS 6's Ashley Kusakonki explains, that short-term renting experience is illegal and something the city is looking to regulate. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties with that story. We'll get it up for you on our website, cbs6albany.com. The hope, though, is to have this law passed and altered to fit more needs of homeowners looking to open their doors to visitors. And the next public hearing will be held on February 20th.
And now, CBS 6 Sports.
Old guys.
Pretty darn cool. Thank
It
you very
is.
much. Yeah, the College of St. Rose set to close this May after years of financial difficulties.
How colleges from around the region are offering to take the students in.
Now,
First at 5:30, your top stories. Here's what you need to know.
An independent commission submits new congressional district maps to New York State lawmakers for their approval.
Authorities in Missouri say 3 people are being questioned for the shooting at a Kansas City Chiefs celebration yesterday that left 1 dead and nearly 24 injured, including many children. It's believed the shooting stemmed from a dispute.
In-depth coverage on all of these stories online for you. Just head to cbs6albany.com.
Steve, thanks. Get your weather updates anytime with the CBS 6 Weather Authority app. You can find that in your app store by searching WRGB. The College of St. Rose set to close its doors for good in less than 5 months after years of financial difficulties.
CBS 6's Emma Quinn shows us how colleges from around the region showed up to the campus today, offering students new options to continue their academic careers.
Teresa Belvance is a grad.
Yale adding itself to a growing list of universities looking to reevaluate SAT requirements. The Ivy League university may bring them back in the coming weeks, potentially reversing a pandemic-era move to make standardized testing optional. The correlation between test scores and future student success is a hotly debated topic. Some say other factors help explain success. If they go forward with the move, Yale would follow Dartmouth and MIT in reinstating them. House Speaker Mike Johnson may have to rely on Democrats again to avoid a government shutdown. Lawmakers have less than 3 weeks to hammer out another agreement that's expected to top $1.7 trillion. The first 2 of the deadlines hit on March 1st, and because of Johnson's narrow majority, conservative hardliners have the leverage to obstruct any spending deal. They're also committed to attaching what are called policy riders onto any deal, from abortion to border policy. Such tag-alongs are unlikely to pass the Senate. New fears of Russia's nuclear abilities. The White House confirms Russia is developing anti-satellite capabilities that have not yet been deployed. This confirms suspicions about a mysterious national security threat, warning from a member of Congress Wednesday. The National Security Council says there was no immediate threat to anyone's safety, but experts warn Russia is playing a dangerous game. National correspondent Atra El-Nashar reports from Washington.
In Washington.
Well, more and more kids' toys being recalled after serious injury or death.
In tonight's Spotlight on America, we look into why actions are not taken earlier. Plus, Americans are becoming entrepreneurs at a record pace, how this new trend is showing no signs of slowing down.
And Albany Airport announcing a new destination where you're going to be able to fly this year for a low cost. Just into our newsroom, Kevin Monahan's insurance company is suing him, hoping to avoid paying out damages in a wrongful death lawsuit filed by the father of Kaylin Gillis.
Monahan was found guilty last month of murder for shooting and killing Gillis when she and her friends were turning around in his driveway. We've just gotten a hold of court documents in the new suit, Preferred Mutual Insurance Company versus Kevin D. Monahan. The company argues that since Monahan was convicted of murder, his homeowner's insurance policy does not cover him in this case. Again, just getting these documents in, so stay with us for further coverage.
We've seen it happen time and time again. Injuries pile up as a dangerous children's product remains on the market for years, but not until a death is someone finally taking some action.
Water beads are the latest product where no government recall or warning was issued until after a child died. Last fall, these water beads were recalled after a 10-month-old swallowed some and died. Spotlight on America's Angie Moreski investigates why it takes so long to protect the public from dangerous products like this and why efforts to change that seem to be going nowhere.
These tiny, colorful beads.
Spotlight on America did contact the other CPSC commissioners, but none responded to their request for comment.
Several major retailers have voluntarily promised to stop selling water beads for small children. In our next report, Monday at 5:30, we'll take a look at whether that pledge is actually working.
Next week, back to about 45 on Thursday.
I still see a lot of sun peeking out from
That's
those clouds
true.
there, so
Yeah.
that's a positive.
We'll take it.
All right, coming up at 6 here on CBS 6.
New York State could soon have new congressional districts. Why the updated maps will play a big role come November.
And additional days of horse racing this year, expected to draw thousands more to Saratoga Springs. How the city is looking to regulate rentals. Those short-term stays, a huge part of the summer meet experience.
And join us this weekend as we celebrate the resilience, achievements, and contributions of Black voices throughout history. Stay tuned for our exclusive Black History Month special, honoring the past and shaping the future. This Saturday at 7:30 p.m. right here on CBS 6 and February 25th at 6 o'clock on the CW 15.
The new year is a time when many people start their own businesses, and Americans are becoming entrepreneurs now at record rates.
There are 33 million small businesses across the country, representing about half of the workforce. The upward trend happening since the pandemic, and it shows no signs of slowing down. Melanie Hastings reports.
And really,
Albany International Airport making a big announcement this morning. Avelo Airlines is now joining the airport's list of airlines for travel. The airport says the new airline is offering nonstop service from Albany to Raleigh-Durham International Airport in North Carolina. We're told it's a part of a broader effort to bring more airlines to Albany.
Avelo's announcement today means that we have no longer any available unassigned gates. And this will allow us to build 2 new gates as part of our effort to attract new airlines to the airport.
Avelo says there are multiple other routes added to its airline schedule, including Greenville, South Carolina to Manchester, New Hampshire, or to Boston, and Greenville, South Carolina to Rochester. Always good to have another option out there, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, still to come here tonight. A lot at stake in this November's elections.
The role new congressional maps in New York State play as lawmakers and experts work out those new district lines.